Good morning. I call to order the December 15, 2021 meeting of the Philadelphia City Commissioners. First, I will preserve the order and decorum of these meetings. Everyone in attendance should be on notice that chatting or interrupting the proceedings will not be tolerated. Those who violate this will be asked to leave. The Sunshine Act permits anyone attending a public meeting to object to a perceived violation at any time during the meeting. If you choose to do so, please succinctly state your objection. Objecting is not an opportunity for speech making. We will now move to public comment. Commenters shall state where they live, or if they're not a resident of Philadelphia, that they are a Philadelphia taxpayer. Public comment is not an opportunity for dialogue or Q&A. It is public comment, a chance for you to tell us what you think. Each speaker shall have 2 minutes. However, I may extend this time at my discretion. All public comments must be relevant or germane to board business. Finally, it is my responsibility to preserve the order and decorum of these meetings. As such, profane, slanderous, discriminatory, or personal attacks will not be tolerated. Is there anyone here for public comment? Seeing none, we will now move to Secretary Omar Sabir for emailed public comment.
Morning.
Good morning.
All comments that were emailed by 9:45 a.m. were shared with the commissioners and the deputies at 10 a.m. and have been provided to each commissioner at the beginning of the meeting and are available at the public comment table. We received one comment from Rich Garella. I have reviewed the comment and asked if it moved into the record.
Madam Chair, I've also reviewed the comment and asked that it be moved into the record.
I have also reviewed it. Please move the comment into the record. We will now move on to new business. I would like to announce that this morning, Commissioner Al Schmidt notified me that he is stepping down as vice chair. He will continue to serve as commissioner until his resignation from the board. Commissioner Sabir?
I want to start by thanking our staff, my fellow commissioners for another successful election. I would also like to congratulate Commissioner Schmidt on his appointment as president and CEO of the Committee of 70. Commissioner Schmidt has served city commissioners with honor and prestige. I look forward to continue to working with him and the Committee of 70 in conjunction with my Octavius Cottle Task Force and expanding access to voting and keeping elections simple, safe, and secure. I make a motion that I be appointed to the newly vacant position of vice chair.
I second. And vote aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I motion to direct the deputies to submit a PER and fill the vacancies in the department. Do I have a second?
Second.
I vote aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Tiebreakers for judge of elections. We'll call on Garrett Dietz. Good morning.
I'll just quickly go over the rules of the road of our tiebreaker that we'll have in a second. Races where one or more candidate is present will be prioritized as far as the drawing today. The county board will draw in order of board division. If more than one person is present to draw for the same race, the candidate that was checked in first will draw first, and so on. The candidate that draws ball number one wins the position of judge of election. To draw on behalf of a candidate as a proxy, the proxy must have a letter signed by the candidate authorizing them to do so. A county board of elections employee will draw for candidates not present. For all races where no candidate or proxy is present, we will use a random function in Excel to decide the tiebreaker. The candidate that draws the largest number in the random function will win the tie. Once a race has been drawn either in person or in Excel, we will not redo the tiebreaker draw for any reason. All board worker position winners will be mailed a certificate if not present. You could also wait and I can print them on demand in 10-20 minutes if you wish.
Garrett, just to be clear, these are for races where there is no majority inspector to break the tie, correct?
Correct. So in pardons, if there's a tie between two or more judge of election candidates, the majority inspector would break the tie. However, For these 17 races, there is no elected majority inspector.
Thank you. Please proceed.
We have one person here. We have a Regina McTeague for Ward 56, Division 11, tied with Dominique Jones. Regina selects ball number 1. Is there anybody else here for the tie?
Is there anyone else here for the tiebreaker in the judge of elections race?
All right. And then all the races will be decided by a random function in Excel.
Thank you, Garrett. Commissioner Schmidt, do you have any items to be added to the agenda?
I do not, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Sabir had to leave due to an engagement. Devin, do you have any additional items to add on his behalf?
No, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Before we adjourn, since this is the last meeting of the election season and barring any special meeting, this will be Al's last meeting as commissioner. I would like to thank him for his steadfast service to the voters and his friendship and guidance over the years. Things started out for us kind of rocky, but we worked through that and a partnership emerged that I believe has moved this department to accomplish things that few thought we ever could. I will miss him, but I am comforted by the fact that he isn't going far, and I look forward to working with him in his new capacity at 70. Al, before we adjourn, would you like to say anything?
Madam Chair, that's very kind of you. I just want to say what an honor it's been to work with you over these years and through possibly the most challenging time in the history of our city for elections, with implementing a new voting system, with implementing vote by mail, and all of that happening in a presidential election is probably unlike anything the city has ever seen before. And because of your leadership, it was a success. I won't be going far. I might very well, next time you see me, be sitting in that empty chair right over there across the room. But, you know, we'll still stay in the election space and we'll still be working to make sure that all registered voters have their votes cast and counted. I also want to thank the not just the executive, the exempt staff that we work with very closely every day, but the professional staff that has been here for a long time and seen a lot of commissioners come and go. Their dedication, their commitment, their hard work goes frequently unnoticed. And that's usually because they're working evenings and they're working weekends and they're working around the clock away from their friends, away from their family and their other responsibilities, because it's clear how much they really care about elections and how much they're committed to doing a good job and their work ethic. So I would just like to thank them as well.
Thank you, Commissioner. With no items remaining on the agenda, this meeting is adjourned to the call of the chair. Thank you all.